Okay, let's let this load for now. So many of you will probably be watching this after the live stream, and I understand that. It's probably going to be a long video. There's been some problems at schools lately. Those school shootings? Hey there. Yeah, I know many people don't want to talk about them, but I understand it's a touchy subject. But there's something that I'd like to point out of why this is happening. Why kids are flipping out in their own schools. A lot of it has to do with mental disorders, and a lot of it is doing with bullying. And at my school, I'm getting bullied really hard. And my anxiety is to a level to where I don't want to go to school. And a lot of us hate school. Trust me, I know that. So, I get called a stalker by my teacher, and I was making a scrapbook. Now, why would you call your student a stalker when she can look up pictures of you on Google Images? That's a public viewing thing. It's not stalking. She needs to know the difference. But, honestly, I could see she didn't like it, okay, so I won't add you in the scrapbook. And then she said I couldn't add other teachers. I'm like, this is my free time. I can do what I want. I'm not breaking any laws. It isn't stalking. It's on a public database. And, this was for, Christmas. Now, there was, a fight. And this is all bullying that's been happening. Some's by teachers, and they don't realize that they can get fired for that kind of stuff. And she's my IEP teacher. But now I'm going to talk about a fight that happened at the beginning of the year. My friend was getting harassed, and she just wanted to leave the classroom. That's all she wanted to do. She was talking to one of her friends as well. And so, here was the thing. When she was talking to one of her friends, people were yelling at her to shut the fuck up. And she's like, I wasn't even talking to you, so why are you telling me to shut the fuck up? They're like, bitch, no one likes you, and blah, blah, blah. She has friends right by her. And I'm fed up with them. I'm, literally fed up. They're a very bad gang, and I knew what I did was kind of wrong, but I knew what I did was right at the same time. I stood up for her. I told her, leave my friend alone. She did nothing wrong to you guys. She was only talking to her friends, and that was it. Just leave her alone. And they, I'm just gonna say her name. I think it was, crap, you know what? I don't remember now. Brain farts. But she put her hand up all in my face, because I know one of them was named Jada. The other was Mercedes, that's what her name was. Mercedes, she put her hand in my face, was like, bitch, you shut the fuck up. No, you have no right to be in this conversation. I said, you're gonna bully my friend. I'm gonna butt in and stand up for her. Because my friend, she can't stand up for herself. If she does something to, defend herself now, she can get in trouble by her parents. But now her parents understand what happened, and now she's able to defend herself. But I stood up. I was done with her shit. And I told her, leave my friend alone. They didn't do anything. She didn't do anything to you. And she's probably going to watch this video, why is she talking about it right now? After she put her hand up all in my face, my dad taught me a tactic to at least pull someone's arm out of their socket or break it. You put your hand in my face, touch my nose, I'm going to grab your arm and twist it. That's what I did. And she started throwing punches. Bitch didn't even know how to throw punches. I took my arm, and I didn't even bend my elbow. I bent it, but I didn't, keep bending it. And I punched her right in the face. She punched my glasses off. Well, smacked them. She doesn't even know how to control her stuff. Her hands. It's stupid. I told her, you need to learn how to fight. If you're going to start a fight, then learn how to fight. She says, well, you're the one that started it. Well, you're the one that started arguing with my friend for no reason. And the principal said that, vice principal said that I'm going to get a suspension for 2 days. I told her, that's not right. I was defending myself. I was defending my friend. Yeah, I may not have, should have, grabbed her arm like that. But I felt a danger, and I felt the right. I needed to do that. If you were in that situation, you would understand. You or the principal would tackle her to the ground like they did the other day with that student. And they actually did that a week before this, or a week after, I forgot. But I know that they have to tackle students when they're fighting and beating someone up. So seriously. And what happened was, my dad got so pissed with the vice principal, because I told the principal that these girls are threatening to jump me no matter what, and you need to keep an eye on them. Could you do me a favor and have a talk with them? He said, yeah, he would. Well, he didn't get the chance to do that before the next period, and that's when the fight happened. And the 7th graders were like, oh, she beat your ass and everything, and now they're talking about it again, which is really getting on my nerve. I said, it was an equal fight. No one won. That's the thing. It was equal. She got suspended for 2 days. I ended up getting a structured lunch because I kept telling her, fuck off. And she was actually calling me a cracker and everything. He said, you don't gotta be racist in a fight. That's making you look bad. And somebody was screaming World Star, and I said, why don't you shut the fuck up with that World Star shit? That's old. He's like, excuse me? I said, why don't you shut the fuck up with that World Star shit? And he's like, who are you talking to? I said, you, smart aleck. And he honestly stopped talking to me because he ended up getting a detention for back-talking the teacher as well, and that was in it when she told him to stop. And the teacher really couldn't do anything because she was elderly, and I don't want to call her old and everything, but the poor thing could not do anything really besides try to separate us. She tried, and I understand that. But, another thing is, when those girls, again, I was talking to another teacher to visit her. She was my 7th grade teacher, and I'm the one that helped her get her new job, because our other 7th grade teacher got really sick to where she couldn't teach anymore. But now she's able to sub. And that teacher, I visited the newer teacher that I helped get the job, and what happened was, when I was talking to her, I came to see her, because she wasn't teaching or anything, and I asked if I could talk to her for a while, just to visit. She said, of course, you can come in anytime. And she says, as long as I'm not teaching, you can come in. And so I talked to her, and a group of girls and boys came up, and this was like a few months after that fight, and they started saying, you got beat by Mercedes. I said, this was a few months ago. Why are you bringing it up again? They said, no, it was just yesterday or something. I'm like, no, it wasn't. Seriously, drama gets old, kids. I said, you 7th graders really need to mature up a little. And she yelled at the kids, told them to go back to their seats or else she's calling the office. She said, I came here to see her. And yeah, I did. I didn't come here to pick a fight. And guess it's consequence and everything, but honestly, what was weird is Mercedes reported it as well. But when I came down, I was going to tell the teacher who that girl was, because I didn't know her name. I really didn't at that time. But then I got yelled at for saying, hey, that's the girl. I whispered it to her. She said not to talk to her. I was talking to the teacher, not the girl. The teacher. And the teacher got pissed. And my dad ended up calling the vice principal, explaining the situation, so I just got a structured day in like a certain room, and that was about it. People were complaining, and basically what happened. And now people are just getting pissy. And so the other day, I go get a cup to get water at lunch. This girl that was in our school before, and I've never met her in my life, because she was in like 6th grade, and I wasn't there in 6th grade. I forgot what I'm doing on Minecraft. She's like, bitch, like, you stopped at the water fountain, you're talking to your friend, you're basically like 5 feet away from the water fountain. I get some water, and she turns around and says, bitch, and then she's fucking cussing me out and everything. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't do anything wrong. You're 5 feet away from the water fountain. Didn't know you were getting a drink. It wasn't obvious. And she was just pissed. And I remember this one time, a girl named Haley Loper to be exact. And you know why I'm giving these names? Because if they ever watch this video, they need to know I'm done with their shit. Because I really am. She acted like she didn't threaten to stab me when she did. Because she was going through me and a guy that were talking. And the thing is, we should be in a straight line, not with 2 people on the side. And that was our fault. But she really shouldn't be going through us and say, she said, fucking move. We didn't move. Because he didn't move. Because he had nowhere to move to. There were 2 tables squishing us, really. And what happened was, I tried moving my arm for her because that's all I could do, really. And I accidentally kneed her in the chest, and I said, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to." Like, I was gonna say that, and I mumbled it, like, hoping she was here because I didn't want to yell. And she's like, "Bitch, you fucking..." She's like, "Why the hell did you do that? I'm gonna jump you if you would've hit my face." And I'm like, dude, just let me say what I'm gonna say. I didn't mean to do it on purpose. And then we had a conference with the school psychiatrist and the police officer, because they're both in the same room. It's snowing. And after that, I said I did not feel safe there. And one time, I mentioned to my friend that one of the girls at her school had a dad that was a pedophile. And I didn't think it was safe that she lived with her dad. And she says, well, her dad didn't know they were 14. Well, okay, I mean, I can see that. It depends if how tall they were and what if they looked older, because there are some kids that do. And that I understand. But I was asking her, should I report it? Should I? Because I didn't know what my friend should think I'd do, because I was kind of stumped on this. My dad was ranting about it, and I was like, okay, friend, what should I do? And she told me what I should do, and there were people eavesdropping in the conversation, and then Jada Morris hit off my hat, which I have to wear at school, because I normally play with my hair and pull it out and stuff. It's just really bad. I forgot what that diagnosis was. But, I end up reporting them, and everything went bad. And the principal's like, you shouldn't be using the word pedophilia. It's not a bad word. It's when you're concerned with somebody that you may not like, but you feel that the topic needs to be touched about, then maybe the topic should be touched about. Harassment's been getting bad at our school. There's been fights. But I feel like my friend, her name's Leo on the internet, she was on her phone in gym, and I'm sorry, Leo, but I need to say this because it connects to the story of bullying and how I haven't seen them bully you lately. And I'm kind of glad about that. She was on her phone, and she was told to get it off by the teacher. So she said, okay, I'm going to turn it off. And when she was getting ready to turn it off, the same group was yelling at her, turn it the fuck off. And I said, hey, she's turning it off, because they're telling her to put it the fuck away, too. She says, I'm going to turn it off. Just leave me alone so I can turn it off and put it away. And they're yelling at her. I just said, leave her the fuck alone. What did she ever do to you? Seriously, just leave her alone. And she was fed up with it, and they were all yelling at me, and she started crying. And what's sad was, she said, I just want to end it. She wanted to end her life. I tried to get her to come to the psychiatrist with me, and she wouldn't budge. So I went by myself. I had my friends take care of her. Well, I went by myself. And what happened was, I told everything that happened, and she went down and talked to those girls. Those girls end up, I'm not sure if they were faking it or anything, but I can tell when they're faking it, and they didn't look like it. When she mentioned that some people are end up committing suicide from bullying, and the person that they were messing with felt like they wanted to die, and I could see tears come out one of the girls' eyes. And I knew why tears were coming out. Because she's suicidal herself. I know about the marks on her arm, because I've heard her talk about it to the nurse while I was in there. And it was kind of sad, but yet I haven't seen her get bullied lately, and that's what I'm glad about. I feel like if I can get this one guy that came in 6th grade at my old school, talked about suicide and everything, and it really came to my heart because I understood it. I feel like if I could get a hold of him and have him go through our school board and talk to these damn kids, maybe some common sense would go into them, and they're like, oh fuck, what are we doing? Because we've had many speakers come to our school about bullying. We've had many talks about bullying, but they haven't mentioned suicide. And that's what I think really needs to be talked about. I don't know anymore. I don't feel safe at school. I even posted once on the internet, what should I do about this? A girl was like, you should just drop out, pussy up. And I said, it's not easy when you have depression or anxiety. You can't, toughen the fuck up. It's nearly impossible. There are people who try. People who don't have severe cases of depression, like I do. They try, but they fail. It's not that easy. I told her I could not drop out. I can't drop out of 8th grade. It's illegal. And then I blocked her. I just said, you obviously don't have common sense. I've said I was in 8th grade, and we can't drop out. Not in the state of Iowa. And I feel like this subject really needs to be touched on. And I feel like this video needs to be shared. And maybe there's a way we can bring notice to suicide in schools. Because a lot of bullying either leads up to school shootings, people getting threatened and hurt, or kids are dying. I feel like this needs to be touched. Because there's boys who get bullied and girls. The boy suicide rate is really high, and I know that here in America. I can confirm that. But at my school, it's the girls' suicide rate. Most of the cases of kids who succeeded at them are boys, but a lot of girls end up in the hospital. We've had me end up in the hospital once that year, last year, and this year I might end up back there. And I don't want to. I really don't. So I've been trying to cope with this stuff. That's why I haven't been uploading live streams as long, or even trying to upload them, because I'm sick of this shit. It's just, I'm trying to find a way to deal with this. I really am. And it's alright. You don't have to feel sorry for me. It's just, I feel that this video needs to be spread, and recently when I watched Matt Pat's new video about You Never Know, I remember him mentioning that before, and that brought a tear to my eye. So I want to put in a page of my story, is what Leah said to me, her internet name, is that if it wasn't for you guys being here, I might not be around here anymore. Meaning that she'd be dead. I think if it wasn't for us group of friends, we may not be here. If I wasn't with my boyfriend, I may not be here. Because a lot of us couldn't take this bullying. If I wasn't connected with them, if I didn't have that click, many of us may suffer. But I feel like that this video could help and bring attention. And maybe there could be fundraisers to help guide little schools for certain cities, or online schools that are easier for the mentally challenged, like me, to where kids can be taught something that is affordable for parents that have to deal with paying for meds, like $300,000, or not $30,000 in bills, medical bills each year, for example, to where kids can go online, but online schools aren't that easy, and I know that. But I feel that this needs to be made aware of, and if you could, what would you do if you've seen somebody cuts on their arms, for example? You try to help them. Most good people will. And I feel that I would. I helped one of my older friends. She had cuts on her arms, and I got her help. Kids were complaining, and then they realized what I did was good. But I hope that someday things will get better. And I hope high school does get better. To when I get in high school, that is. But, hey, try to share this video and make awareness. If you guys know any speakers that are in the Iowa area of the United States, are in Iowa, please, if there's a way to reach them, put it in the comments, put an email, phone number, and I can reach them, see if they can go through our school board and have a talk with them about suicide prevention and everything, because I feel like this really needs to be talked about, and our school therapists and psychiatrists cannot really do anything right now. So I'm really hoping someone can do it, and that'd be great. Later I'm probably going to do another live stream when my phone is fully charged, probably like at 3, no wait, it's already 3, probably like at 6 p.m. I'll do like another live stream where I can like collab with people and you can join. But yeah, just, I hope people get better. I will also be releasing a new I have a new Discord released, and I will be giving links out to it soon. But I want to see this. I remember one of my online friends lost his parents. He's feeling suicidal. He told me that was great. See, that really does help. If someone's there, even if it's online, an online friend could mean a lot. What you did was right. And I've helped people online. Me and my friend, like, she found out one of her friends cut his arms and showed his sister. He got to the hospital because she prevented him from killing himself the first time. We try to help each other. And that's what's most important for people that understand. If you guys could, share your stories, and I could probably make a video on it. And share things that we could do to help others. I'm going to have to end this live stream here and kind of calm down from this rant. But thank you guys for listening. I gotta go.